Making their way back onto center court now. Sofia Kenin and Sloane Stephens after the rain delay early part of the third set on center court at the National Bank Open. Resumption of this first round match between the Grand Slam winners, and what a match it has turned out to be, because right at the start, Stephens having really the upper hand. She was up by a set in 5-1. It was 6-2, 5-1, 4 match points in 2 different games. Saved by Kenin, came back to win the second set in a tiebreak. And Stephens right at the start of the third set, just saving that game, had to save the break point, and she leads 1-love in the third. And the rain was in the forecast for this Monday in Toronto. Had some in the earlier match between Serena against Nuria Paritas Diaz, but players who were on court didn't stop play. In fact, some rain also before play began, with this a proper stoppage. Alina Roca should just give the rundown to the players. Warm up for the players, trying to end losing streak. Stephens having lost 4 in a row, and for Kenin trying to get that first victory since the Australian summer round. Raviva still the booth, and Mel we've seen in this match.
Well, it really was. We weren't really seeing the best of Sofia Kenin. There wasn't much confidence, there wasn't much positive self-talk, but suddenly with her back against the wall, she just had this relaxation that came into her swing. She just went for everything and started hitting her targets, gave herself better margins, and just game by game clawed her way back, played very well on the match points, and in the end it was a bit of a mental task in the tie break for Sloane Stephens, but she herself did a good job to respond in the first game, saving the 2 break points, like you say, and being able to just get ahead, and that is a big boost coming out. Just 1-love up, and there's pressure straight on the serve of Sofia Kenin out here, and you have to say that the break has helped Sloane Stephens. The fact the momentum shift was fully against her, having been so far ahead in the match, almost in the locker room, your mind can just wander. But she's been good out here mentally, Sloane. She didn't show too much disappointment, a little bit of tension at times, but it really was the good play from Kenin that clawed it back.
Yeah, it was one of these patches where she could just take the game completely away from her opponents, as we've seen over the years before these problems she's had with injuries that are coming back. But talking about that break in terms of this contest now, do you really feel, do you think it is a case of, it felt like Kenin was really into rhythm with those ground strokes and really taking the match away from Stephens, that it could be pivotal, this little stoppage, that Sloane is able to reset and maybe resume the way she started this match?
Well, definitely, it just stops the momentum shift. I think for both players, they can come back out with a lot of confidence that they've done some good things on the court here. I think for Stephens, she has to continue to be aggressive when she has those moments, change the pace in the point. Don't let Kenin just see a similar type of ball from shot to shot. For Kenin, she started to really hug that baseline, swing freely, but she gave herself better margins to start the points, got a few more balls in court before switching the direction down the line, and just became the old Sofia Kenin that we've seen in the past, where she can hit quick points and really good timed shots to take the time away.
And the team of Stephens, including Mom Sybil, who was out earlier watching, also Coach Darian King there, and Kenin's dad also will be looking on. Just a little resume of what they've done this season for Stephens. 10-11 overall, lost 4 in a row was mentioned. And that losing run began with that quarterfinal loss to Coco Gauff at the French Open. Well, obviously, a great result as you look at Alexander Kenin, the dad indeed of Kenin, coming off a straight set loss to Ayla Tomljanovic in Washington. That's Stephens had been 5-0 against her. So bookended around that run at the French Open. That's been tough for Stephens. Andrew Roland Garros having lost 5 in a row, but did win a title. That was in Guadalajara in Mexico, over the likes of Boškova in the final. Also Julie Niemeyer, who had a great Wimbledon. Crestera, what the last couple of years has been for her. Jill Teichmann, the Swiss, will be up later It'll be a nice session in Canada. And as for Kenin, she is on the comeback trail indeed. 2-7 overall this year. Didn't play really from the end of the Sunshine Double. Didn't play Miami. Did return in Washington, but has lost 7 in a row. She's trying to end a 7-match losing streak. Those last wins for her coming in Adelaide in January against Bronzetti and Tomljanovic. It could be really big for Kenin Mel if she's able to pull this match out.
Well, definitely, you just want to get a claw back into your career, and after an injury, and originally with that foot she said it wasn't anything serious, but we ended up seeing her on crutches, heavily bandaged, and you can just throw your mindset off and you're thinking you're going to be back in a couple of weeks to having a few months out.
So warm-up complete and the resumption about to resume indeed. Third set, first round match between Sloane Stephens and Sofia Kenin. There's the score. Stephens taking the opener 6-2, having had that also 5-1.